Hello everyone. Today topic is two-stroke engine. A two-stroke engine is a type of internal combustion engine which completes a power cycle with two strokes of the piston during only one crankshaft revolution. Two-stroke engine working principle is one power stroke for every one revolution of the flywheel. There are two strokes in a two-stroke engine. Two-stroke engine consists of the following parts: cylinder head, piston rings, connecting rod, crankcase, crankshaft, ports, spark plug, for petrol engine, fuel injector, for diesel engine. Let me discuss one by one. Cylinders are generally made of cast iron for withstanding the high temperature and pressure inside the cylinder. Here the piston reciprocates. For a two-stroke engine, it houses exhaust and transfer port. Cylinder head. The cylinder head is a topmost portion of a cylinder and houses a spark plug for the petrol engine and fuel injector for the diesel engine. Engine head is also made of cast iron. Piston. It is a moving part inside the cylinder generally made of cast aluminum alloy for excellent thermal conductivity. The top surface of the piston is called a piston crown and a bottom surface is called the piston skirt. Its top surface is made deflect for two-stroke engines and made flat for four-stroke engines. Piston rings. Piston rings are commonly made of cast iron. There are 2 or 3 piston rings are provided on the piston. These piston rings help to prevent the leakage of high-pressure gas from the cylinder to crankcase. It also helps to clean the cylinder wall. Connecting rod. Connecting rod is mainly made of steel or aluminum alloy for lightness and absorb high impact. It also made of titanium, but the cost for this little high. Crank is made of steel. It is revolving inside the cylinder. The one end of its connect with a crankshaft and another end is connected with a piston. Crankcase. It is the house of a crankshaft, lubricating oil, and other fastened engine parts. The crankcase is made of cast iron or cast aluminum via sand casting. Crankshaft. The crankshaft is made of cast iron or forged steel. Steels are generally used for high-loading situation in diesel engines. The crankshaft converts up and down motion of the piston into the horizontal rotation. Ports. Ports are generally used in two-stroke engines such as two-stroke petrol engines. These are the openings for inlet charge and exhaust gases. There are 3 ports are present in a two-stroke engine: inlet port, transfer port, exhaust port. Spark plug. A spark plug is used for igniting the charge inside the cylinder. The spark plug is only used in petrol engines. Fuel injector. When it comes to diesel engines, the fuel sprayed with the help of a fuel pump inside the engine cylinder. 2 strokes. First stroke is suction and compression stroke. Second stroke is power and exhaust stroke. First stroke or suction and compression stroke. During the first stroke, the piston moves from bottom dead center to top dead center. Meanwhile, it closes all the 3 ports named inlet port, transfer port, and exhaust port. Then the charge above the piston is compressed adiabatically. And in the meantime spark plug gives the spark and the charge ignited and produce a power stroke. The power is transferred to the crankshaft with the help of connecting rod. During this stroke when the piston moves downward it uncovers the inlet port. Due to partial vacuum is produced in the crankcase, the inlet port is opened and air plus fuel mixture enters to the crankcase. Second stroke or power and exhaust stroke. During the second stroke, the piston moves down from the top dead center, TDC, and the inlet port is closed. Due to the downward movement of the piston, air plus fuel mixture is pushed by the bottom of the piston so the charge from the crankcase comes out through the transfer port. Since the exhaust port is open, the exhaust gas leaves the cylinder through it but some exhaust gas remains inside the cylinder. The special shape of the piston head deflects the fresh charge inside the cylinder. So the mixture of air plus fuel flows downward and pushes the exhaust gas through the exhaust port. This process is called scavenging, where with the help of fresh charge, the exhaust gas is pushed out. When the flywheel completes one revolution, then the cycle of operation is repeated. Generally, two-stroke petrol engine works in this principle. Also for two-stroke diesel engine the working principle is same, but there is one little change, and that is, two-stroke diesel engine have fuel injector instead of the spark plug. The fuel is sprayed inside the cylinder. Due to the high temperature compressed air inside the cylinder, the fuel is ignited. Lubrication system in two-stroke engine. In a two-stroke petrol engine, petrol lubrication system, mist lubrication system used. In this system, a certain amount of lubrication oil is mixed with the petrol itself. The usual ratio is 2% to 3% of the oil. If it less it can damage the engine, or even if it more there will be excessive carbon deposits in the cylinder head and the engine will also give dark smoke. When the petrol mixture is entered in the cylinder due to the high temperature it evolves and leaving a thin film of lubricant over cylinder wall, crankcase, crankshaft, bearings. Advantages and disadvantages of two-stroke engine. Firstly discuss advantages of two-stroke engines, then go to the disadvantages. Advantages. The power produced in the two-stroke engine is more. Two-stroke engine is simple in design because of no valve is present. The valves are replaced by the ports in two-stroke engines. The weight of a two-stroke engine is less than a four-stroke engine because of small flywheel size than a four-stroke engine. In a two-stroke engine, there are fewer parts so there are less friction, therefore high mechanical efficiency. High power-to-weight ratio. Maintenance cost is low. Let's talk about some disadvantages. Disadvantages. Two-stroke engine consume more lubricating oil than a four-stroke engine. In a two-stroke engine power stroke is generated after every stroke, so there is lots of heat produced, therefore we have to lubricate and cool it well. In the two-stroke engine, some amount of fresh charge mixes with the exhaust gas and leaves the cylinder, so that the engine has less output. Two-stroke engine does not last long due to there is no lubricating system as four-stroke engine. Two-stroke engine power is developed every 1 revolution of crankshaft. Consists only of ports. Engine is air-cooled. Weight of the engine is less because of light flywheel construction. Maintenance cost is low. Some fresh charge mixes with the exhaust gas and leave as the exhaust, so engine output is less. Two-stroke engine application. There are many motorcycles which run on two-stroke engines. These are the models: Yamaha RX 135, Kinetic Honda, Kawasaki Bajaj Enduro, Bajaj Chetak, Suzuki Shogun, Suzuki Shilla, Yazdi Road King 250, Yazdi 350. Previously two-stroke engines are used in racing cars, but recently many countries banned two-stroke racing cars. Two-stroke engines are used in boats. There are many outboards companies like Yamaha, Suzuki, Mercury is still making two-stroke boats. Is two-stroke engines banned in worldwide? No. Actually recently we are not using these type of engines in bikes and cars for the above-mentioned disadvantages. Also two-stroke engine polluted air much more than four-stroke engine. That's why in many states or countries banned two-stroke engines.